Okay, I'm turning that off because I want to see profanity. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy OmieSaiyan. Today we're bringing a Black Ops 7 beta best settings that I have for you guys. You don't want to be a burger on your map, okay? Share this to your friends. Share this to the idiot that doesn't want to change stuff, okay? Let's get to it. I am playing controller right here. So I'm playing bumper jumper tag. I usually play default flipped. My scuff's actually coming tomorrow, so that should be exciting because all this jumping with this stuff is making me go crazy. Next, I'm playing on 1.65 sensitivity. So this is exactly the same as last COD. So whatever sense you were playing on that game, play the same sense and adjust as you want to. Swap L1 R1 with L2 and R2. So what that does is I'm aiming with L1 and shooting with R1. It's a lot faster reaction. Vibration, absolutely not, unless you're a weirdo. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I've only heard one man in my life that literally goes like he likes feeling it. I'm not even gonna go there. All right, dead zone of input. So very similar to Black Ops 6. So what I do right here, left stick min, I put it to 1 and my left stick max to 70. So you see the circle at the bottom right here, basically indicating that you don't have to move the stick that far to basically activate your mac tac sprint. Get you sending to go literally go ego chow, get across the map, do whatever you need to. That's why I have mine at 70. That's why you see a lot of streamers do the same thing. Right stick min, I have a 5. It's not going to be the same for you. If you have a brand new controller, I see typically people put 2 or 3. So this is why it's important to test your stick dead zone, check it out, see what's good for you. I always play on 5. I don't really change it, to be honest, even if it's new. That's what my thing is. And left and right trigger is 1-1. Aiming, there's nothing really here. The biggest thing you want to go to is aiming at advanced settings. So why is because you want to make sure this is going to be on gradual. You want this to be on instant. When you're aiming down sights, it's going to make it feel a lot better rather than it just being gradual. And then here, aim response curve type. A lot of players are using dynamic for their aim assist. Target aim assist on unless you're cracked and you want to get turned on. Yeah, that's all you. Motion sensor function behavior is off. You don't really have to worry about any settings here, but just to be safe, turn this FOV sensitivity scaling off. All motion sensor stuff that you do not want when you're playing Call of Duty. And now we're going to go to movement. This is going to be on off. Your attack sprint for sprinting, you do not want that. If you're competing, it would be different. There's GAs with that, all that stuff. If you're ranked, I play with attack sprint. I don't want to jam my left stick in. So yeah, I play with attack sprint on. You can copy all these settings down. I don't really like corner splicing, honestly. Wall jump assist, turn this off. Why I'm saying that is because when you're jumping on these walls, as some of you guys are doing, and getting adjusted to your routes and bouncing off of them when you challenge, don't allow this to basically mess your game up. I like to think of it as mantle on something. I want to be doing that. I don't really want to assist on that. Slide dive behavior, I play on hybrid. So what that does is, yeah, tap only to slide, just like slide only. But what it allows me to do is dolphin diving, makes it pretty easy. Yeah, sprint restore, slide, maintain, sprint on. Anything here is pretty standard. Now where a lot of people miss is when they go to movement advanced settings. So I play in single tap run. I like it. It allows me to move around. Some of you might like single tap sprint. Single tap sprint is the best way. How do I explain this? How the frick do I explain this? I feel like it's really good for ARs, like especially in ranked. I don't know if that's a good comparison. It allows you to get like stop in your gunfight a little bit more. Like single tap run, it just basically makes you into like, you just get so addicted to running around. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. And now combat, this is nothing. We're not doing anything here. Now we're gonna go through graphics. 2 minutes of your day to copy this shit, okay? Always full screen exclusive, never borderless. You don't want to be tabbing out of your game. It basically messes up your game. Do not do that, okay? Screen refresh rate max on your monitor. Make sure, yep, all this is maxed out to what your monitor is. This should be on plus boost. That's good, I caught that. I don't know why it's on. So basically, if I remember correctly, if your GPU, if your graphics card in your PC is better than your CPU, you want on plus boost. And this is on custom. Yeah, all basic standard settings, right? Apply, make sure that's good. Now quality, we're gonna go to fidelity cast and upscaling sharpening. We're gonna max that out. What this does is allows a sharpening effect on every single thing on the map. VRAM skill target, I'm playing on 70 right now, so I don't really have that much of a high tier PC. So if you do, maybe try 80, make it a little bit more smoother feeling. The game performance feels smoother. I like 70, been playing on a Black Ops 6. You want this on as well. And so here becomes the boring section of the settings, but you still want this to allow you to have good FPS, okay? So texture resolution, so I'm just gonna go one by one. Low on texture filter, depth of field off, detail quality low, particle resolution very low, Bullet impacts I might turn on. I have it off right now. Persistent effects is off. Shader quality we have on low. So these are all settings. Why am I putting this low is because I know I'm going to be playing ranked. I know I'm going to be playing good people. And even when you meet these guys in multiplayer, we're all seeking FPS. So this is why it's low. Unless you have some freaking godlike PC, by all means, you can adjust what you need to. But there's a reason why we'd put it to low standards, okay? These two are very big, okay, for your game to feel nice. You want this on minimal on on-demand texture streaming. Even if you're a streamer, you do not want this on because you just want your game feeling good. This is basically going to make it feel heavy and you don't want that feeling. The same thing right here, local texture streaming quality. This is going to be on default. Put it on low. Again, most of you guys don't stream, don't make videos. You don't want this. Even most streamers don't have this on. I don't have this on. Like I said, it makes your game feel heavy. Shadow quality, all this stuff right here, copy this down. The only setting you're going to change is literally very low in shader quality. Everything is off except for static. Reflection quality on low. And then here are your environment settings that you want to copy. And now onto the FOV. I play on 105 for right now. Just basically getting adjusted to gameplay settings. Turn these two off, okay? Motion blur. Like, it makes me sick that people still, like, they're like, oh, my screen looks blurry. Yeah, I wonder why, because you didn't go this deep into it, okay? Yeah, turn these off, okay? And then first and third person camera, you want this to put it on least 50%. So every single time you get flashed or get hit by a nade, you're not in a cinema, okay? You don't want to shake. All right, you want your shot to be steady, you want to make the right decisions, so put this on 50%. Now onto audio. There's nothing really what I did. All I did was a headphone bass boost. We'll see later on. I'll wait till some nerd that knows about audio stuff that changes that. Okay. Asymmetrical hearing compensation. I saw lunchtime another YouTuber turn this on. More audio cues, more accurate, and I think it has something to do with configuring this, which is frequency intensity. Yeah, I'll get back to you guys on that. Voice chat, that's good. So interface, another important setting. You're at, like, everybody skips this. So what I want you guys to do, everything you think is important on your telemetry here, turn it on. So FPS counter, service latency, packet loss. These are very important to me personally because I can see what my ping is. Now here, when you go to readability, go to color customization. So you're going to go down here, put this to filter 2, and make sure these are both maxed out. This is just going to make your overall feel of the game feel more vibrant, all that stuff. So it's like literally just gonna pop out a little bit more, not to the point where you're literally having a dopamine effect, but it's nicer. Gameplay HUD. So here we're gonna go to HUD bounds. So what I want you guys to do, usually default is gonna be max stretched out. You want to basically push it in. So your top left screen, your corner where your mini map is going to be closer to your eye. So every single time you're playing Call of Duty, your eye is basically traveling less distance to look at your mini map rather than it being all the way to the corner of your monitor. So do that, apply that, okay? And now these two settings right here, this is very important as well. You want to put this on a static. Static basically allows the crosshair to be fixed on the screen. So basically, wherever you're moving, wherever you're going, it follows along. Whether you're jumping, you're diving, whatever, when you're shooting, your centering is still, that static little thing is going to be in the center of the screen, right? And here, I don't mess with coloring. I don't do any of that. And yeah, and then I think the last setting I would do right here is, okay, I'm turning that off because I want to see profanity. Yeah, we want to see profanity. All right, turn these two off. Dismemberment and gore effects. Unless you're playing zombies and you're sitting there looking for a freaking psycho movie, you don't want to see all this stuff in multiplayer. So these are all the best settings that I have for you guys on Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 7 beta so far. So if I change anything, I promise you guys I'm going to put it in the comment section down below and adjust as we go along deeper into the beta. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and keep up to date. We got class setups coming, tips coming, all that good stuff.